Well, we wanted to dig a little deeper into this. So joining me now to join the discussion, longtime South Carolina criminal defense attorney Susan Williams. Susan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so Susan, you've been following this Murdaugh saga from day one. We're just calling it a saga at this point. We know now that a judge denied bond for Murdaugh. Would you say, is that normal in this type of case, the no bond decision, or is that connected to all of the other legal drama surrounding him?
I'd say everything about this case is not normal. And I think that the judge took all different types of factors into consideration in making this bond today. And I think it was surprising. The judge did not go with what the defense asked for. The judge didn't go with what the prosecution asked for. He went on his own, and he is absolutely taking advantage of the amount of power that he has as a judge, and made it very clear today that he is going to go with his own judgment on this after, of course, hearing arguments from both sides.
All right, and so, Susan, there are just so many twists and turns to this saga. So we know Murdaugh's facing felony charges related to obtaining property by false pretenses. Of course, as Janelle just told us, allegedly taking insurance settlements. They were intended for the family of his late housekeeper to the tune of more than $3 million. Okay, so part of his scheme included suing himself and then promising that money to the family. So can you explain for us, why would he sue himself?
The allegations are that he went to the family at the funeral of Miss Satterfield and said, I want to make things right. And he used some sort of insurance fraud, some sort of scheme that, again, this is alleged, to get a substantial amount of money. And then none of this ever went to the heirs of Gloria Satterfield, who is the longtime Murdaugh housekeeper and nanny. So that's basically, in a nutshell, how he sued himself, but he's the one who allegedly ended up with all of the funds, or at least a majority of the funds. What we do know is that the Satterfield boys did not end up with their fair share of what they deserved.
All right, and Susan, so Gloria Satterfield, she died from injuries she received after tripping over the Murdaugh dogs inside their home. At this point, how likely do you think it is that investigators will revisit the circumstances surrounding her death?
The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division has, from what I understand, opened an investigation, not only as to those funds, but also to how exactly Ms. Satterfield, the cause of her death or the manner of her death. So I think that that's something that we can definitely count on based on what the statements have been thus far.
All right, last question for you, Susan. We're really relying on you today, but he's accused of plotting his own demise as part of an insurance scheme. That's separate from this. We've recently learned he's a person of interest in the killings of his wife and son over the summer, although he has not been named a suspect. As a legal analyst, what are your thoughts on the circumstances, all of the circumstances surrounding this man, who, again, he is also an attorney?
I've never known anyone to be connected in some way to so many mysterious circumstances. And every day something new drops on this. As an attorney, as a native of South Carolina, I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. And I continue to be surprised from day to day.
Well, I think, Susan, you just summed it up. Never seen anything like this in your entire life. Susan Williams, we truly appreciate your expertise. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.